Hello. I'm just setting up right now. So give me a second. This is the route we're going to be taking. I'll show you guys the route that I took on this walk. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hope everyone's doing okay. We going to be showing this. Hold on one second. We're going to be taking a walk right here. So this is the route. Hey Ian, how you doing? Comes out to about 2.8 miles, roughly 3 miles. We are gonna start out actually on the train coming in from Fort Hamilton Parkway Station on the N line, and then we're gonna come into 18th Avenue, and then from the train station we're gonna walk all the way down to the end to Shore Parkway, and then we're gonna make our way over to Welcome in JC. We're going to be walking over Shore Parkway, over to Independence, and then we're going to get over to the bike path. So that is what we're going to do. Let me just get this all queued up. I'll start it now. There we are, and I just have to start it. Just give me a second here. Here we go. So for those of you that like train rides, we start off in the train. Do you guys hear the sound? You guys should hear the sound for the trains. So we are moving towards 18th Avenue. I think it's 2 stops. I don't remember when I started the camera up. Well, we're going to be 2 stops. If you like the subway rides, we're doing 2 stops on the N line. And we'll also show some people. I guess I'll sit back. I guess everything is working. Oh. Very nice day today here in New York. I'm just checking sound levels in my headset. Alright, I know it's working. Alright. Sound looks good. A couple weeks ago, I think it was a week ago, I did a live stream. Or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, and the sounds wasn't going through my headset, and nobody said anything, so I didn't know. So now I'm always very, very cognizant of the sound on my video. Bay 41st Street in the early 1960s. I'm gonna actually type up a message to pin in the chat room. Today's Alright, we've left the train. 18th Avenue. Oops, 1 second. Let me put it back. I was setting something here. There we go. All right, we are starting the walk. So, for those that just joined, we are on the train station. Let's go back to, let's just show you right here what we're doing. We're walking this route here. It's about 3 miles. All the way down to the end and then out onto the bike path. That is what we're doing. A tribute to Gene Hackman. I've done plenty of walks on New Utrecht Avenue, and I've shown the areas where the scenes are filmed for French Connection, but not recently. Yes, I do know that. That was New Utrecht High School. That's basically Welcome Back, Kotter. The school that they show in the beginning credits is New Utrecht High School. And yes, it was the B train. Damn, that person has some heavy footsteps. Or is that me? I think that's my... I don't think that's me. Maybe that is me. It's pretty loud. All right, 18th Avenue. Yeah, I remember watching that show as a kid. Very nice day today in Brooklyn. The weather continues to be nice out here. I'm checking my camera and make sure everything's set up. This is all raw footage, by the way. When I do these, like when I do the live streams, I just do raw footage. I don't edit anything out. There we go. Now we're walking. So welcome into the chat room. We have Elite, Carol, Ian, JC, and all the other people that are just watching. Welcome in. If it looks bright on my camera, that is because the sun is setting right in front of my window. So I got some nice natural backlight or front light in my living room here. So this, what I'm recording right now, so I was in the city recording another walk. I was in downtown Manhattan, and what happened was I was coming back onto the D train, which is my normal train, to get off at 18th Avenue and like 86th Street. But there were delays, so I just grabbed the N train and took that to 18th Avenue. The difference between the D line's 18th Avenue station and the N line's 18th Avenue station is about 20 city blocks. The N line will leave you on 65th Street or 64th Street and 18th, and the D line will leave you on 18th Avenue and 84th Street. So I decided to just run the camera. I had extra battery power. And I'm basically walking home in this one. This one I am walking home. And I will pretty much walk fairly close to home. And then we'll go onto the bike path. So that is what I'm doing here. You know, in one scene, when they're doing that car chase scene in the French Connection, if you pay attention, he actually drives past Lafayette High School one way, and then he drives back the other way. Like, I guess that's how they were filming it. So if you know, like, he's following the train in one scene, but then he's going back in the opposite direction in the other scene. It was, like, kind of weird the way they filmed it. And so then I see you guys talking about it. Where was it where he almost hits the lady with the baby carriage? That's an easy one, actually. Yeah, if you watch that scene, you'll see in one part of the scene, it's like he's going back and forth. It's the way they filmed it. I don't know why they did that, but. Yes, at 86th Street. At 86th Street. Making that turn. A lot of people out on the street today. Those guys look like they're having an argument. It's funny because I caught those two guys just now kind of going at it. And then in a walk that I filmed down on Washington Street today, there was a funny incident where this food delivery guy, I guess he came to deliver somebody's food and they were nowhere around. I don't know if he was delivering the food or he was picking it up. He was screaming on the telephone. And I had to walk past him. That'll be tomorrow. I'll have that. That's actually queued up for tomorrow. We are walking towards 86th Street. Nearest station was 25th Avenue. Yeah, that's the station over by McDonald's. It's right where the train turns onto Stillwell. That's Cafe Italia. And then, of course, a Villabati Bakery. It's a very popular place on 18th Avenue that everybody goes to get pastries and other stuff. Usually on the weekends, you'll see people hanging out on the corner over here. Make sure to bring money though with you if you go to this place, because it's definitely pricey. I think a cannoli will push it back about $10. That I didn't know, JC. I didn't know they were filming that. That would make sense too, to film it on a Sunday when there's like less traffic. They've filmed a number of very popular movies between the turn on the Utrecht on 86th Street. I think the latest one in recent memory was John Wick, when he's doing the horse chase scene is right underneath that. I actually watched them film that. I remember it was a rainy night. It was a very rainy night. That was years ago, man. I want to say that was like 20. I can't even remember, but it was like 2018, around that area time, whenever the movie came out, like a year before the movie came out. Steven Seagal movie was filmed over there. I watched them film that when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. There goes the Italian records store that is still around after all these years. That's like one of the things that I don't think will ever go away on 18th Avenue. So when I was a kid, so I am old enough to remember the B and the M train. That's what ran on the West End line. I used to take the M. At one point, I was taking the M train to work to the Federal Reserve when we used to have the M train running local from Bay Parkway. But I remember the B train. On the West End line. But a lot of these trains are kind of close to one another. I mean, they're maybe separated by like a mile, but I was saying earlier, I took the N train to 18th Avenue and 64th Street, and now I'm doing this walk because the D train was having issues. So I decided to throw the camera on, and that's how I got this footage. Westchester Square. I had a friend that owns a pawn shop down there, but I can't remember what the name of the pawn shop was. It was over at Westchester Square. They're doing all this construction over here by Bay Ridge Parkway. So we'll get some footage of some construction. Some construction going on. They're gonna have to get this all done before the feast comes. The feast will be back at the end of the summer. Yeah, you might know what it was. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it. I just remember going there a few times and helping them out with stuff. I didn't see it there because when I was in the Bronx last summer when I did the walk over by Westchester Square, I didn't see it. So, and I haven't talked to him in years, so I don't know, like. Sounds like a helicopter. It sounds like a chopper. Tony Pepperoni. 13th Avenue and 85th Street, back in 1932. My father's side of the family came in. I'm Italian. They came in from Little Italy. I mean, they came in from Italy and was living in Little Italy for a little while. And then they were living out in Park Slope over by President Street. And this is going way back, around the same time frame as 1932. And then eventually Sunset Park, and then where I'm living now. Yeah, so Park Slope, well, Little Italy, Park Slope, Sunset Park, and then Bensonhurst / Dyker Heights. So for anybody that just joined, welcome. We are walking along 18th Avenue. We're going to walk all the way down. Hey, Corey, how you doing? Yeah, that's everywhere, though. Everything is closed down everywhere. The meat market is still there. And the cafe. Yeah, I decided to walk. I had to take the N train back into Brooklyn because the D train was having issues, so I decided to run the camera on that walk on my way home. And that's what we are watching. Temperature was about 60 degrees on the walk. It was a nice day, slight breeze. The weather has been really nice in Brooklyn the last week, but we are going to get rain We're having a big rainstorm is coming in this weekend. So if anybody has like St. Patrick's Day festivity plans here in New York, it is going to rain. It's going to rain for a couple of days. And then that's Monday, I think, St. Patrick's. My birthday is actually on Tuesday. So yeah, St. Patrick's. And then my birthday's on the 18th. It's supposed to be sunny on that day, so I get good weather on my birthday. Oh, really? She likes that? That's good. That's good, man. It must bring back memories. It is a lot different, though. It's changed a lot. Some people will say it's changed for the worse. I don't notice worse or better. I just, you know, the people are different. There's still very low crime rate in this neighborhood. So, I mean, I don't think it's changed for the worse. There goes Frank and Sal's. They're still around. That is where I used to get my lunch when I worked on the next block. If you see that orange, like reddish building further out, I worked in there. It used to be a warehouse. It's now the big bakery center over there. But it used to be. I'll talk about it when we get over there. But there goes Frank and Sal. They're still there. They make some amazing sandwiches. Yeah, Carol, it's a safe neighborhood. Nothing really crazy goes down. I've been to 39 states out of the 50 here, and I've seen everything from great neighborhoods to crime neighborhoods everywhere I've gone. So no matter where you go, you're gonna find issues. But this neighborhood is still a very good neighborhood. So right there across the street on the right, that used to be a big warehouse. It was a VHS video warehouse. We used to do it was called Flash Electronics. We were the people that you bought the videotapes from so that you could rent it out to all the video stores. This is all the people in the park that I'm sure they're playing for money, card games and stuff like that. Ian, I don't know. So that's I'm showing that whole building there is now the bakery. So you see the bakery right there is the storefront, but then the whole warehouse. But back in the day, it was a different type of warehouse, and then the bakery bought out the whole building and expanded. Let's see. So it's in Bay Ridge. Oh yeah, that's the house. Okay. Yeah, I walked by the house. So I got it right here. It's in Bay Ridge, 79th Street. We walked by it on one of my walks. That's how I know. So 79th Street. Here you go. There you go. I put the link in the chat room. And that article is from 2017. It looks like the house was up for sale for $2.5 million. So this right here is the old New Utrecht Reformed Church, which was moved. This is not the original spot. This church was actually moved down here from the original spot, which is 2 blocks north. A very old church. And then that pole right there is the Liberty pole. Yeah, it was a good day. Whoa, 60 degrees. Very nice out. Give me 1 second. I'm going to adjust the camera for the outside camera for a second. That is 18th Avenue Station right there. That is the station that I would have gotten off of if the D train was working. Instead, I had to take the N train. So now you basically can see how long it takes to get there from where, from the other station. So, by the way, just to show you guys real quick, this is the sun is currently setting right now outside. That is what the sun looks like. It is starting to go down. Yes, I know all about the Fauci pharmacy. Everyone talks about it. Everybody talks about the pharmacy, man. We were just talking about it the other day. It's kind of crazy. Wasn't it like on the corner or something like that? I think it was like on the corner. No, the trains got stuck because of signal issues, and somebody pulled an emergency brake. We are crossing 86th Street right now, but yeah, that's that was why I wound up taking. I mean, I didn't have to take the N train, but the thing is, when you've grown up I've been taking the train since I was 6 years old. I constantly move on the train. I never stay in place. If there is a delay, I will get on a train. All I need to do is get in the general direction. I've been known to take I'll take the F train to Avenue X, and I will walk 86th Street. It doesn't matter. So I could have taken the D train, but it was really delayed. So I decided there was an N train. I was like, I'll just jump on the N train. So, because where I changed was at Atlantic Barclays, so I got off the R train because I had gotten on the R train over at Cortlandt Street. Then I transferred to get the D, but then they had said over the PA that there was going to be no D trains for a while, so the N came in, and I said, I'll just get on the N train then. 3-star lanes. Over here, I think, or where it used to be. Is that what you're talking about? So the firehouse is coming up. You got the Russian Orthodox Church. You got all these garages. Yeah, the bowling lane, exactly. This is the firehouse. This is the local firehouse. My cousin is a firefighter. He works. My cousin works. Justin works out of this firehouse. Maybe one day I'll catch him on camera. So we have made it to Benson Avenue. And then that big thing over there where the gas station used to be many, many, many years ago is the Italian Cultural Center. It actually features a really nice big Olympic-style swimming pool on the very top floor. And then the middle floor there has, like, you know, there's like a gym, you know, like you got cycling, spin classes, all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in there. I know they have a gym in there, like an actual court, basketball court stuff. But that's it right there. And you could get a membership there and then, you know, do whatever. Let me get a screen up real quick. That is the view outside, by the way, right now. That is live right now. Sun goes down right behind the bridge this time of year. So in case anyone is wondering, this is where we are right now. We are just here on Bath Avenue, right in this area. We're about to pass Key Food. And we're still going to go up to Shore Parkway. We're going to make a right, and we're going to go all the way down until we get over by the highway. Yeah, this is Bath Beach. Once you get past Benson Avenue. So technically we are not in Bensonhurst anymore. And Benson Avenue, there's always up for debate, but Benson Avenue never really touches Bensonhurst. There's a lot of debate between the dividing line is 86th Street or Benson Avenue. But I've been living in the neighborhood since the 1980s, and it was always considered Bensonhurst. Nobody really ever called this area Bath Beach, but this used to be a beach community back in the days. The beaches used to come right up to Cropsey Avenue, where Cropsey Avenue is now. Anything west of Cropsey was just all beach and marshlands, and was eventually landfilled in the 1920s when they built the Belt Parkway. That's why I have all these bay streets that used to lead you into a lot of the beach grounds. Welcome in, Kevin. So let me just say hello to one more time. We've got Elite is in here, Carol, Ian, JC, Corey, and Kevin. And then everybody else that's watching. Yeah, the sunset is nice. There is the sun. The sun is still going down here. The sun is right there, that bright spot right there behind the tree. That's where the sun is right now. This is Cropsey Avenue. We did the Cropsey Avenue walk recently. I think it was like a month and a half ago we did it. Might have been January, I think. This year is going by fast already. I mean, we're already in March. It's crazy. The sidewalks on this block are tight, man. Like, it's very hard to walk on this block. Very quiet up here too. This is where it gets really quiet. Not a lot of traffic. Not a lot of people, not a lot of traffic. This is all residential from this point on. Got this tree is just uprooting the whole sidewalk here. Look at that. Hey, Jennifer. LA, huh? Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. What, do you know what part of Brooklyn you're moving to? This is a good neighborhood right here. It's actually my neighborhood. So for anybody that came in late, I had to take a train to a different part of Brooklyn and walk home. So I'm basically walking home in this one. And I decided to record my walk along 18th Avenue. That's what we're doing right now. I have done walks in Queens. Let's see, what do I got in Queens? 1 second here. I mean, I've done like Astoria, Forest Hills, Maspeth, Jackson Heights, Long Island City, Ridgewood, Middle Village. Yeah, I could give you a better if I look at my channel here. But yeah, I've definitely done Queens. Yeah, Astoria, well, recent. This is recent, like in recent memory, like 4 months ago. We were in Queens for like a whole month. You have Astoria, Metropolitan Avenue in the Middle Village. You had Maspeth, Elmhurst, Jackson Heights, Forest Hills, College Point. So. And then, of course, Long Island City and... Midwood? Okay. So you're thinking about Midwood? All right. We've done a lot of walks in Midwood. I've done a lot of walks in Midwood. I got like Avenue T, Avenue P, Avenue S, Kings Highway. The mob is definitely not as rooted as it used to be in this neighborhood. So we are, in case anyone was wondering where, we just turned, right? So this is where we are. We are in this area now. We are now walking along Shore Parkway towards the park. So this is where we're about to hit Bay 17th Street. And we're going along Shore Parkway now. You saw all my Queens walks, ain't you? Yeah, thanks, Carol. Yeah. Yeah, we spent like about a month and a half out there. I'm gonna be going back out, too. I've been doing a lot of Manhattan walks lately. That is 17th Avenue Park, and then of course, in case anybody's wondering, the 17th Avenue overpass was torn down. The old one that was put up in the 1920s, 1930s was torn down a couple of years ago, and they are building a new one. And the new one was supposed to be finished at least a year and a half ago, and is still being constructed. So. This is Son of Sam territory also, by the way. Son of Sam shot and killed one of his victims right here at the light pole on the left side where the stop sign is over there, on that left side where the green, the next light pole. And this is 17th Avenue Park on my right side, which was just renovated a couple of years ago. They have like a workout station in there, a gym. They got ping pong tables. New playground for the kids. All those benches, all those new benches. If you remember back in the day, this is where the bocce courts used to be. There's bocce ball courts here that nobody ever used. Let's get a check on the let's get a check on the sunset. That is the sunset. The sun has gone down officially. Actually, the sun officially goes down at 6:59, so we still got a few minutes. So we are now walking to the bike path, and we're gonna get some looks of the ocean and the water. And that's the Belt Parkway on the left side. This is another just all heavy residential area. Oh, a lot. JC, a lot of stuff got flooded. We got flooded. Everybody got flooded down here. I got a lot of pictures. I was doing freelance photography for the couple of the newspapers. I was out in Sandy, and the Belt Parkway was underwater. I got a lot of pictures of the Belt Parkway, all damaged and everything like that. But yeah, all the Shore Parkway was underwater. Like right where I'm walking, this was all underwater. Everything was underwater. This whole area. But yeah, Bay, like Gravesend, from down like Bay 50th down to about Bay 40th, they got hit really bad too. All the water in Gravesend Bay basically backed up and flooded all those streets all the way down to like Benson Avenue. In this area, Sandy flooded everything down to about Bath Avenue. What I'll do is I will pull up a picture of what the Belt Parkway looked like just a day after Sandy left. I'll throw it on the screen real quick in a second when I find it. But just to show you guys how much damage there was. There was so much damage down here. So real quick, I will show you guys this. We're now walking down, right now we're walking down 16th Avenue for a little bit, and then we're going to go onto Independence Avenue. But here you go, that's like, that's Shore Parkway right there. See, it's all underwater and everything. And then I got a really crazy picture of the Belt Parkway. I'll show you guys this. This was the Belt Parkway. This is the Belt Parkway. I'm on the Belt Parkway in this picture. It's just totally damaged. This is when all the water finally receded off of the Belt Parkway. And then Bay Parkway was pretty damaged too, man. Bay Parkway took a pretty big hit. This was Bay Parkway. That's what Bay Parkway looked like. Yeah, I was out in the storm, and for days I was out photographing pictures, and I've got hundreds. I'm looking at this folder. I've got hundreds of Hurricane Sandy photos. Just ridiculous, ridiculous photos. Like this was the storm surge coming over. That's what that was nothing. This was actually nothing. This was very little storm surge. So yeah, I got tons of sandy pictures. And I was out in it, man, and it was rough. It was pretty rough. It was mostly the thing about Sandy. So a lot of people forget this, but Hurricane Irene hit us a year before Sandy. And I have all those photos. The difference between Hurricane Irene and Sandy was Hurricane Irene was known for its wind. We had a lot of trees get knocked down. That really big, beautiful tree that used to be on the bike path over by 4th Avenue when you come off the hill over there by the bridge. That big tree that used to be there, that got taken out by Irene. But then Sandy came the next year, and Sandy was just known for the storm surge. I mean, it was windy. Sandy was windy, but it was the storm surge that really knocked out the whole area. We had like 14-foot storm surge, which was crazy. So where we're walking right now, this is pretty much where I live. This is like very close to home. And speaking of home, that is what the sunset looks like right now. We are setting. The sunset is done. I always remember this. I'll show one more photo from Sandy. I'll always remember this, though. I'm out there taking photographs for the newspaper and stuff like that, and then you've got all these thrill seekers, right? And then you see stuff like this. I'm going to show you in a second. You got people like this taking their kids in baby carriages. just not the smartest people in the world, man. I mean, you don't take your kid out of a baby carriage to go look at storm surge, but yeah. Yeah, Carol, this is my neighborhood right here. So we are in my neighborhood right now. And what I'm doing is I'm taking you all to the bike path. So we're about to cross over the highway. The sun has gone down, so it's gotten really dark on my camera. There was a lot of people, man. I'm telling you, I have hundreds of pictures. There are some pictures that I have of Hurricane Sandy that I probably haven't even seen yet. Like, I've never gone through all of them. But, yeah, there was just a lot of crazy people taking to go out and take pictures and stuff. And I was getting paid to do it, so, you know, it's a difference. So we are crossing over the on and off ramps of the Bay Street exit to get onto that sidewalk and then to get over that overpass. So this is where you get on the bike path at Bay 8th Street. They just did a lot of reconstruction over here that I do not like. A lot of the local people do not like what they did. They built a roundabout down here, and it's actually caused more accidents. And it's dangerous. You're going to see in a second why it's dangerous. So we already have to cross this lane to get over. But this is actually safer because the cars are going onto the highway. So the speed is slower. But now when we get on the bike path over here, you have to cross another road. It used to be a set of stairs that used to go down. And the problem is a lot of these cars, they come racing up this ramp now and they don't stop for anybody. And there's been a couple of really bad accidents up here, so. This is what I was talking about. This is now a roundabout. And that's the ramp that they built, that now you've got to cross over this ramp to go onto the bike path. This is where the stairs used to be. So you used to go down the stairs here, but they got rid of them. Alright, we have made it to our destination, the bike path. Walk is almost over. So we basically walked this whole entire distance. And now we're in this area down here. That's the area where we are right now. So I want to thank everybody that dropped in to watch this walk with me. Probably stay on for a little while longer, and I'll throw the check out the sunset cam to see what it looks like outside as the sun is starting to go down. We have a lot of speaking of the skywriting, we have a plane every weekend, all weekend. We have planes that come over here with the banners, you know, like the beach banners, constantly flying. All you hear planes all weekend. We have made it to the end. Let me show you guys. Skies are starting to change different colors now outside. Well, thank you, Carol, for stopping by. So this is it. We've made it. This is a 3. This comes out to like a 3-mile walk. So now we'll do like a little look around. See, it was a nice walk. It was a very nice walk. We just had Skyriders go by the house a couple weeks ago. It looked like someone was doing like a wedding proposal. But it was too windy, man, so it just... You couldn't even understand, like, what was going on. Every once in a while, you'll see Skyrider still. Hey, no problem, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. So that was the walk. And now we are looking at... Basically looking at the sunset. This is right out. This is live now. This is live. Let me see if I could get my camera back on. There we go. So this is live. Oh, I could take my headset off now. Jeez. Oh. I don't have to monitor sounds anymore. Nate, how you doing, Nate? Yep. The bay is always looking good. So I want to say welcome in to everybody that is here right now. We just finished the walk, so anybody that came late, you could just do the rewind. But I want to give a shout out. Let's see, we had Elite, Carol, Ian, JC, Corey. I don't want to miss anybody. We had Kevin. Nate just came in. Jennifer. Yeah, that's about it. Holla just said hello. How you doing, Holla? How is everybody? So I got a little bit of a... Let me check this thing. So we might be able to see part of a rocket launch tonight here on the East Coast. So I'm checking right now to make sure that the rocket... To see if the rocket is still set to go. Oh, they scrubbed it. Never mind. They scrubbed it. It got scrubbed at T-minus 43 minutes. So, never mind that. I was going to tell you guys. To look south and east at 7:48, and we'll be able to see part of the rocket launch, but they just scrubbed it. So, it was scrubbed at 43 minutes, T-minus 43 minutes. So we'll have to wait for the next time. How you doing, Antonio? Good night, Antonio. I hope you get good night's sleep. That's right. You guys are like 6 hours ahead of us. 6 or 7 hours. As a matter of fact, let's see. Yeah, 12:14 a.m. Yeah, everything is, I've been hanging in there too. It's been, it's been busy. The nice weather is happening, so now, I'm starting to, do more filming and stuff like that. And, spending more time in Manhattan. We did that Grand Street walk, and now I did, Washington Street and Greenwich Street, and we went inside the Oculus. We went down to the World Trade Center site, so that'll be tomorrow that comes out. That's queued up. And then we got some walks in Brooklyn. Yeah, the rocket launch got scrubbed at T-minus 43. So we were 43 minutes from launch. The path of the I don't know if when they do this launch, like, because now they're gonna have to move the launch ahead a couple of days, but today the launch track was gonna take it up the East Coast, so we would have seen it. We would have seen the launch. 5 minutes after it would have launched, we would have seen the rocket. But they scrubbed it, so I don't know if the new rocket track is going to be up the East Coast again. So we'll see. We did get to see it like a few months ago. It was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys missed it or saw it, but a few months ago we had a SpaceX launch that came up the East Coast, and you got to see everything. It was pretty cool. Everyone got to see the rocket launch. So. But anyway, here, hold on. I'll show you guys some more Sandy pictures real quick before I drop out here. I was showing people Sandy photos. Let's see here. Let me get over to the right screen here. So yeah, there was just tons of damage. Tons of damage. Here was some more flooding. This was right. You could see the signs, 20th Avenue and Shore Parkway. Pretty much underwater. And this was a day after. So the water actually had receded a lot. The water, I remember being in this area, the water was up to the windshield about 6 or 7 hours earlier than this picture was taken. But then the water started to recede out and stuff. Let me see if I can find another one. Yeah, this was painful. This was a really painful, this is a very painful photo right here. You ready? Very painful right there. That is a painful photo. This is why people don't like to park under trees or next to trees right there. So. And then let me see if there's any, I mean, the damage to the bike path was just absolutely nuts. I mean, there were just holes everywhere. The bike path was just damaged. I'll just give you guys, do you worry when hurricane? Nah, not, you know what? It's, you know, I don't even think about it too much, Carol, about hurricane season, because the odds of getting hit like Sandy, I mean, if we get, the crazy thing was we had Irene and Sandy back to back. But I don't know if that'll happen again. So, but you could see like in some of these photos, like the bike path. This is where we just ended the walk, by the way, guys, right over here. So you see where my cursor is right there on the left side? That's where we just ended the walk on that last video, right in that spot. You see it's all missing. It's all gone. Like it had wiped out big chunks of the bike path. So that's what you're looking at right there. You're looking right where we ended the walk right there. So there was a lot of damage. Here's a better picture. So hold on. So this is actually a better picture right here. Go. See that? You could see like just knocked out big chunks of the bike path right there. So yeah, Hala, I was saying earlier, the thing about Irene was mostly wind. We had a lot of wind damage on Irene. I actually have some Hurricane Irene damage photos right here. So this is a year before. So if you guys are ever on the bike path, and there used to be that nice, big, beautiful tree that used to be up on that hill, over by 4th Avenue, there it is right there. That Irene was the one that took out this tree a year earlier. But there was a lot of tree damage from Irene. I mean, it took down so many trees. I mean, everywhere you walked, there was tree damage. I believe I've got some more pictures of trees being down and stuff. I mean, it was tree damage everywhere. It was crazy. Just tons of trees. And this was Hurricane Irene a year before Sandy. So yeah, there was just a lot of damage. And it also Hurricane Irene did a lot of damage to the bike path. Back-to-back years we had damage to the bike path that they had to fix. I think I have a really cool photo of it damaged. Yeah, there was a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Back-to-back years. We got destroyed for 2 straight years by hurricanes and stuff. Like you could see some things collapsed here. I remember, if I could find the picture, there was the Toys R Us had a whole wall taken out by this is by Sandy right here. So this is from Sandy. It took out the whole wall of the Toys R Us. Yeah, I have a ton of Hurricane Sandy photos that I have to hold on one second. It's dark now, so the sun went down. Both hurricanes, you were on vacation? Well, I'll tell you what. I was on vacation after the hurricane because you couldn't do any work. The city was shut down for like a week. So a lot of people were on vacation after that. Okay. So today we got that done. So anyway, we are going to wrap it up here, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming in. The next time I come on, I'll stay on a little longer. I think we've been on. How long have we been on, actually? We've been on for about an hour and a half. So it's not bad. Sometimes you guys can find me. I'll go live sometimes and do like the live air traffic control. So maybe I'll do one of those. That's just usually like a chill out stream where I just throw the sky cam on and we listen to air traffic and stuff like that. So maybe I'll do that over the weekend. Have a good night, Ian. But I want to thank everybody that came in today. So we could take a walk on 18th Avenue. We'll do more of these. I've been doing these lately. People like this format. It's more relaxing for me because I can actually sit and pay attention to the chat, and I could actually put the walk up in better quality than if it was like live out on the street. All right, Jennifer, thanks for stopping by. So yeah. Oh, you can see some birds on the cam there. Look at that, all the birds going home for the night. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call it here at 7:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I want to thank everybody for coming in, and we'll definitely do this again. Tony, how you doing, man? We are just bouncing out of here. I watched the French Connection last week. Yeah, I got the collector's box set when they released that like 20 years ago. And I got that whole thing, that whole box set stuff. So, but all right, I am gonna bounce out of here, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming in, and please come back. We will do more live streams. Tomorrow, I got a walk queued up for the channel. Is gonna be Washington Street. I'm gonna take you guys down Washington Street, Greenwich Street, the World Trade Center site, and inside the Oculus. That'll be the next walk on the video side. All right, guys? All right, guys and girls. Good night, and I will catch you all again. All right. Take care.